Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be looking at my fictional TTC map, the entire thing, and I've also added to line 5 from a previous video. So we'll start with line 1. So we'll go by the route diagram, which has it starting at Vaughan Metropolitan Center, going through all the existing stops, all the way down here and around until Finch here, where it then goes to, you can see, goes through to Steeles, Clark, Thornhill, Royal Orchard, Langstaff Go, and Richmond Hill Center. These two are really close together, but that's because you have the train station here, and the platforms do reach there, by the way, and the bus terminal up here. Or you could just have one station in the middle that serves both of them, but TTC did actually plan on having both of these. I do think that Royal Orchard would be here, though, but that's just to make the line look nicer. I put it over there. Line 2 over here would consist of the normal line all the way from Kipling to Kennedy over here, where it then does the planned and currently under construction extension to Shepherd McCowan, except instead of it being Lawrence East, I called it Bendale to refer to the neighborhood name around there. So that's the only change done to line 2. Line 3, which is the Ontario line, would go all the way up to the Shepherd line, going to Leslie, and then kind of having a separate station at Oriole where the platforms do reach. And then they would go across down stations like Mossgrove Park, Bond Park, Botanical Gardens, Sunnybrook, meeting with line 5, Thorncliffe Park Go, which doesn't have to be a Go station, but you could reroute the Richmond Hill line to serve a station here to better connect with TTC. And then continuing on, you would have Leaside Bridge, which would be here, and then Todmorden Village, Mortimer, Pape, Badger Row, South Riverdale, East Harbor Go, Canary District, Corktown, Parliament, Moss Park, Queen, Osgood, and then Fashion District, Alexandra Park, Strawn, King Liberty Go, Exhibition Go, and then Dufferin Gate is an optional station, but I think it would be good to connect with the streetcar system over here. But like I said, it's an optional thing. Line 4 doesn't do much different things, except it goes across between the two sides of line 1 with stops at Earl Bales because Bathurst is already taken for line 2. And then I called it Lansing because of the neighborhood area, although you could call it Senlac because of the street name. But anyway, I added an infill at Willowdale, and then the rest of the line is the same until Don Mills. And then adding stops to Bryan Village, Corinthian, Bridlewood, Tam O'Shanter, Agincourt, Midland, and then Brimley, Shepherd McCowan, Markham, or you could also say Markham Road, and then Malvern and Morningside, with the possibility to extend to the Toronto Zoo, although the area doesn't really require a subway because it's kind of in the middle of nowhere in Toronto terms. Moving on to line 5, or the Eglinton Crosstown, would start here at Guildwood and then go to it would have Guildwood Go and then Guildwood, and then Kingston, Markington Square, Eglinton Go, McCowan, Eglinton Square, Midland, Kennedy, and then all the existing stops up until Mount Dennis, where you extend to go to Jane, which would be called Eglinton Flats, and then Scarlet, Royal York Place, Etobicoke Center, Princess Anne, Princess Margaret. This station here, Highway 401 and 427, is optional and shouldn't be built, but just again for making the line look nice. And then it goes to Renforth, where it would continue to Airport Corporate Center, Centennial Park Plaza, Rockwood Village, Dixie, Tompkin, Central Parkway, and then Uptown or Mississauga Marketplace, where it would meet with the future Here Ontario light rail. So it's a really, really long line that starts here and ends over there, but it would make it a lot more useful. And this would probably be at grade, and then here would be above ground, like elevated. Moving on to line 6, you have stops at Pearson, Airport Road, Carlingview, Dixon, Farnborough, Belfield, Woodbine Racetrack Go, which is a GO station being built, Rexdale, Queens Plate. You could theoretically not add Queens Plate, but considering the amount of stop spacing here, it would probably be added if they did do that. And then the rest are the same amount of stations all the way until Finch West over here. And I did not extend it to Yonge because you already have the Shepherd line that's going across here now. Moving on to line 7, the station goes pretty far north, at least as far as TTC standards go. But you would start at Major Mackenzie with it being called Major Mackenzie. You could call it Mackenzie Square because it's here, or you could try and link it into this bus terminal here at Canada's Wonderland, which, speaking of, that would be the stop name for the next stop. You could basically try and mess around with where the stops would be if you have like a stop here and then a stop at the bus station, or just do it this way. But this is what I ultimately ended up deciding on. Anyway, you continue on to Rutherford, Vaughan Mills, Langstaff, not Langstaff Go, and then that would be over here. And then I called this Edgeley Vaughan Metropolitan Center just to differentiate it from the line 1, although you could just call it Vaughan Metropolitan Center anyway. And then you would have 407, like Highway 407, as a separate building, but same stop as line 1 as well. Then it would finally go on its own to go to Antica Village because Steeles is now taken, and then Black Creek, Jane and Finch, Eddystone, Jane Shepherd Mall, Exbury, Jane and Wilson, Church Maple Leaf, Church, Weston Go, Brookhaven, Buttonwood, Eglinton Flats over here, Smith Park, Woolner, Humbercrest, Annette, and then Jane, and then with an extension to Swansea, Kingsway, Queensway, Humberloop, Park Lawn, and Mimicoco. And originally, I think there was some plans for a station, like a GO train station at Park Lawn, or there was an existing one, but this would eliminate the need for that. It's also very close to Mimico, so I don't know why they would do that, but Toronto does weird things with its transit system. And that would be it. You could see I have a line 8 here, but I got rid of it because it wouldn't do much except for connect stuff further north, like connecting stations up here in Unionville, and then kind of follow down. But the Stouffville line already does that, and having a line on Warden might not be as effective as it should be. But that was my final decision for what the TTC map should look like. And thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye.